All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Good afternoon, you guys. Hello again. It's the Bizzy Bee with the Royal Tea. I hope you have all had a great Monday, July the 6th. It was a little bit busy at work today. As I said, it was my first day back after 2 weeks, but so it goes. A little caricature I found of George III online. I thought you would all get a little laugh out of that. For today's History Minute, I have Isabella of, forgive me if I pronounce this incorrectly, Angoulême. She was the queen consort of King John. A few facts about Isabella. Her tenure as queen consort was the 24th of August, 1200, to the 19th of October, 1216. She had 5 children by King John. After his death, she remarried and had another 9 children. Wow, you guys, 9 children and 5 children, 14 children. That's, Ms. Meghan almost has that many children, doesn't she? She allegedly formed a conspiracy against King Louis IX of France in 1241. The plot failed, and she was accused of treason. She sought refuge in Font-Évreux Abbey in France, where she died 2 years later, the 4th of June, 1246, at about 60 years old. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Isabella was known for her beauty. She possessed a very volatile temper. Wow, another similarity with a certain duchess. She is buried in the Abbey where she spent the last years of her life. And this is a picture of that Abbey, everyone. And isn't that beautiful? It is stunning. Absolutely stunning. This is a picture of her tomb inside the Abbey. And another. So, I don't want to talk about this or read the article to you. I just put this here to remind myself. I wanted to ask what you guys think. Kanye West announces he's running for president. Wow, what a stunning turn of events. I wondered when I heard this if Meghan was upset that he got to announce his candidacy first, so she doesn't get to come out with hers, and she's kind of upstaged. She should be used to being upstaged by now, shouldn't she, you guys? But maybe he'll be nice and extend the vice presidency to her. What do you think? Kanye, Myrtle 2020? Think they have a chance? We'll see. Well. Meghan is feeling down in the dumps, you guys. According to Marie Claire, Meghan Markle is reportedly feeling extremely low and struggling to cope since moving back to LA. Wonder why she's feeling extremely low and struggling, you guys. Maybe she's depressed because she hasn't had any job offers like she was expecting she would. Or because Harry doesn't have those $1 million Goldman Sachs speaking gigs coming in. Let's see what Marie Claire has to say. I'll link the article in the description below. After their royal exit this spring, H&M moved across the Atlantic to settle down in LA. The move came after a mounting list of issues and hardships Meghan, in particular, has faced since joining the royal family in 2018. But relocating may not have helped as much as the Sussexes expected, especially as their legal battle against the British tabloids has heated up in recent weeks. You know what I've always heard, you guys? I've always heard that there is not a geographic solution to a mental problem or emotional problem. You can't move across the country or halfway around the world and expect your mental issues to solve themselves. That takes actual work. A relative of Meghan's told The Mirror that the Duchess has gone very quiet recently and seems to be struggling amidst her move back to California. A relative of Meghan's? Meghan doesn't talk to any of her relatives, allegedly, except Doria. Is Doria the one feeding the story to the tabloids? If she is, then we know for a fact that it's hogwash, because Doria saying it is as good as Mooch and Meg saying it. But maybe Meghan has realized that we know when the puff pieces say a source says that it's really Meghan, so maybe she's switched to having them write a relative, so we'll be thrown off the scent. Sorry, Meg, not working. The article goes on to say, MM has been through a lot in the last few years. Oh, poor thing. I wonder if anyone has asked her if she's okay yet. And in spite of the Sussex's move to Cali, her royal issues appear to still be wearing on her. Earlier this year, M&H shocked the world when they announced their intention to step back from working royal life. The decision was motivated, in large part, by the couple's desire for increased privacy. As part of their continued battle for privacy, the Sussexes filed suit against Associated Newspapers, the publishers of Mail Online and the Mail on Sunday, after they published parts of a letter Meghan wrote to her dad, Thomas, around the time of her wedding. Recent revelations made in court documents in the case have apparently compounded the stress Meghan has felt since going under the royal microscope, and the Duchess is reportedly struggling more than ever. Oh, boo-hoo. She's struggling more than ever? If she wanted to not have a job, she should have stayed back in England and been a working, participating member of the royal family, not moved back to California and struggled to find acting work. She has gone very quiet. I think she is likely to be feeling extremely low and probably struggling, a relative of Meghan's told the Sunday Mirror. She hasn't gone quiet. She's putting out pieces every day. She had a piece on the 4th of July saying what she and Harry and Archie were doing for the 4th of July. Family time. She hasn't gone quiet. That's a bunch of malarkey. A relative of Meghan's? Meghan herself. She just knows that we know a source means her, so she's begun calling it a relative. The legal battle and the increased tension it's created with the royals due to the information that's coming out has to be putting a lot of strain on them both. The relative, who requested anonymity, of course they did, also weighed in on Harry's reported issues with the rest of the royal family. Well, if Meghan is having issues with her emotional state, then she can just consult Harry, because Harry's an expert on mental health. That's why he's starting this whole mental health initiative project app, whatever in the heck it is. Meghan's been a lot more distant and introverted over the last few weeks. Her family is worried. What family? She doesn't have anything to do with any of her family except Doria. And how would any of the rest of them know what she's doing, that she's being more distant and introverted, when she allegedly doesn't talk to them or have a relationship with them? And Harry must be tormented by his fractured family ties, the relative explained. He was particularly down on William's birthday on June 21st. Again, how do they know? This is Meghan talking to the press, wanting a good story out there about herself. Wanting everyone to feel sorry for her. Meghan is so depressed. Harry's down, especially on William's birthday. Meghan's mouthpiece, this story. In addition to dealing with the privacy case against the British tabloids, Meghan has had another very stressful and very public issue to contend with in recent weeks. The Jessica Mulroney thing, we know about that. Meghan's fallout with Jessica has hit her really hard as well. Meghan's relative said she's shut down and they think she's at a loss over who to even trust any longer. We can only hope that once her case is over, Meghan can find some well-deserved peace of mind. I certainly hope so too. Boy, I really wish that for her. And I really wish that people are patting her on the back, telling her it's gonna be okay, Meghan. She really needs that right now. Gosh, you guys, I'm so worried. Poor Megs. Let's check out some comments from the last video. The one about Sussex Royal being officially shut down. Daniela Hamilton says, I'm not sure about the flip-flops either, but I bet she would have loved a roast. I responded, she had 9 children. We know she loved a good roast. If you're wondering what this means, if you didn't see the last video, for the disclaimer card, I used a caricature of Queen Victoria, and she was roasting something, as you see. This is the picture. And I made a statement. I didn't think that Queen Victoria would wear flip-flops. Cindiello says, I thought Archewell was a brand of cookies. Might possibly be. Natalie Richter says, Archewell sounds like something you put in your shoes to help with flat feet. I replied, are to help with those awful bunions. Linda Beaker says, Daddy Charles is weak, just like Harry, will make a terrible king. Both of them. William should take the throne. Cassie Montgomery, I think Queen Victoria would have shut the show that's Harry and Meghan down. She definitely would. This would not have gone on this long. No, we are not amused. We're not taking it. She would have... Well, Meghan wouldn't have been allowed in the royal family to begin with if Queen Victoria was queen. Janet Clark says, Sussex Royal now appears to be being run by Soho House. Peggy says, Archie probably living with his real mother. He doesn't like Meghan, that's for sure. Not many people do, Peggy. Oh, Peggy also said, so they are buying themselves a job with Charles's money. No one will watch them, so they won't sell. Just saying. Well, Peggy, Meghan will be a client on Harry's mental health app because she's having some issues right now. Virginia said, based on the child from the Duck Rabbit video, forget starting to walk. That child is running. I said, as soon as he can walk, he will run away if he has any sense. What have we learned today, you guys? Number 1, much like Isabella of Angoulême, Meg has a volatile temper with almost as many children. Number 2, Kanye Markle 2020. Mooching Meg might make it to Washington, D.C. after all. Number 3, Megs is now using the word relative instead of source, as everyone knows she was the source behind all the puff pieces. Number 4, poor Megsy has been through a lot. A lot of men, a lot of her in-laws' money, a lot of friends, etc. Number 5, her so-called friends do not want to stink, so they do not hang out with the trash pile that is Meghan Markle. Number 6, Queen Victoria loved a good roast. The 7th thing we learned today, you guys, Archewell is actually a cookie brand. The Markle-flavored cookies taste like cheap champagne, smell like a used Soho House mattress, and leave an aftertaste of Kmart brand perfume. 8th thing we learned, Archewell could also possibly be a bunion relief pad for tacky high heels. Number 9, you guys, no longer just taking gentlemen callers at Soho House, MM is running Sussex Royal from there now as well. Number 10, the Delirious Duo are setting up a new kind of employment agency. They pay employers to hire them. And the last thing we learned, the artificial Archie is currently working on a very real plan of escape to get away from Halfwit Harry and Mooching Meg for good. You guys, I wanted to say about the Harry and Meghan Lady C book. I'm going to continue reviewing it. I got through the 2nd chapter last night, and it was kind of long. It was about 30 pages, but I want to tell you guys, it was a struggle to get through that 30 pages. It talked about Meghan's upbringing, her struggles with her identity, her ambitious nature, which we already know about, and it talked about Harry's upbringing his mother and father's relationship, which has been rehashed and rehashed and rehashed. So that was kind of tough to get through because I've heard it before. I really haven't learned anything by reading the second chapter that I didn't already know. It said that she was a sorority girl and she liked to party in college, and it did mention it stopped when she graduates from college and when he graduates from, I believe it's Sandhurst, his military academy training. And it did say that after college she flailed until she finally landed the role on Suits. That was about the most interesting thing in it, you guys. I mean, I can go more in depth into it, but I really don't think there's much there to cover. I haven't learned anything so far. I haven't already known. It did mention that Doria might be not so straight after her divorce from Thomas, and it said that Harry's mom, Diana, let him skip school whenever he wanted, basically, to stay home and watch TV with her, and he didn't do well academically. He suffered academically for it. That's about the most interesting things in it right there, you guys. I hate to tell you, but I'm going to continue on, and we'll see what happens. So, here's my tweet information. Please tweet me if you would like. And thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification button. Also, please tell your friends about me. I truly appreciate you guys. One more thing before I go. I'm sorry to say this, but I had a note from a viewer, and it was a little bit nasty. I am 99.9% sure that it was a sugar, but it was just attacking me personally. So I want to tell everyone, if you're going to send me messages and you want to disagree with my opinion, please come at me with your point of view and the reasons that you believe support your point of view. Don't just come at me with personal insults at me because you don't agree with me. I think that these sugars, just because someone doesn't like Meghan, they don't give you any defense of Meghan. They just give you personal insults directed at yourself, or calling you a racist because you don't like Meghan, when race has nothing at all to do with it. So these people need to come up with something better. I read the comments and I get tired of people, the sugars, just throwing insults and not really defending Meghan. Like, give me some valid reasons and give me some reasons to support it. Come on, people. Be better than that. Be better than the insults. You are better than that, sugars. Come on now. Get with it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.